last week, NYSE-listed Vertical Aerospace released its third quarter results, headlined by the announcement of the transition flight testing will start for its VX4 aircraft. Well, joining me now is Vertical Aerospace Chairman Donal Slattery. Donal, welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show
Thank you.
today. Describe where the eVTOL industry is today and how Vertical is positioned.
Well, if I go back 5 years, people thought this was going to be science fiction. If I look out 5 years, you and I will be flying these electric vertical takeoff aircraft like we're taking taxis and cars today. So the speed of acceptance of the technology, the pace of the development is just exceptional. So within 5-10 years from now, they'll be ubiquitous globally.
What are the steps to get there, and how is Vertical positioned to maximize those opportunities?
Right, so the key step is the design and the certification of the aircraft, right? So we're in the air business, we're flying, so safety is the currency of trust. So all of the players, including Vertical, are in this process of designing and certifying. We'll be complete that process by the second half of 2028, and a key milestone is just about to happen. It's called transition flight, and put simply, it's where the aircraft takes off vertically, it flies like a regular airplane, and it lands vertically, all at 100 times quieter than a helicopter.
Yeah, I think the quiet factor definitely is a differentiator for any consumer that would see this certain vehicle in place. We're showing some imagery right now of it, in fact. So you recently hosted your third quarter earnings call. What are the takeaways for investors?
Look, investors are looking for catalysts in our stock. I think that's the bottom line. And as I look out over the next 60 to 90 days, I think there's 2 or 3 things that will be very interesting for investors to focus on. The first is a successful transition flight, which we expect to get done within weeks. That's a major technological de-risk. The second is more optics. On the 10th of December in London, we're revealing our certification aircraft for the first time. So the size, the shape, the scale of it. And this will be kind of an epic moment because people will see just how big our aircraft is relative to our competitors. So we can fit 6 passengers in there, 70 pounds of checked-in luggage per passenger. None of our competitors can do that. The third catalyst, which is going to be the biggest one, is us concluding a transaction with a strategic partner, which we've been working on for some time. It's really important we get that done, and I'm confident we're going to get there.
Walk me through the process for certification and how that is different for your company versus others in the space.
Yeah, it's a really important question. And the interesting thing here is for the first time in 60 years, the European and the American perspective here is different because normally they're harmonized, which is good for everybody. So the Europeans decided 5 years ago they wanted to have a safety standard for these aircraft that was identical to a 737. The United States standard is quite a bit lower. So we're certifying to this, what they call 10 to the minus 9. So it will be the safest aircraft in the world. And our roadmap to get there is from now until the second half of 2028. We've got very clear milestones. And we've just brought Patrick Kai on our board, who is the Director General of EASA, i.e., as if the same person would be running the FAA here in the States.
What kind of capital discipline is needed to grow a company like yours?
Yeah, so capital is a very interesting one because if you've got a lot of it, you'll spend it. So we've operated in a very efficient way. So end game is by the time we're certified, our forecast is we'll have invested $1.1 billion. When I look at my principal competitors in the United States, they'll have spent probably 3 times that. And how are we able to do that? I think there are 2 reasons. One is our UK base, our actual cost of our aerospace engineers is about 60% lower than, say, the equivalent person in California. So that's a major driver of cost. And secondly, we've partnered with tier 1 suppliers like Honeywell here in the United States. So that helps us reduce that ongoing OPEX and CAPEX.
What else should our viewers know about your company?
Well, I think now's the moment to buy the stock price, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's been in the doldrums, because people have been waiting to see for the transition, so it's about to happen. They've been waiting to see the actual aircraft so they can feel it. That's about to happen. And the strategic transaction that I mentioned, I think, will be the game changer.
Yeah, and what do you look for in a strategic partner for a strategic transaction?
Bottom line, we want to double our production, right? So we've told the market what our plans are for production from 2028 onwards. Based on my conversations with our operators globally, our airline CEOs, because that's my world, I think we can double production. But we need a partner to do that. So the ideal partner for us is an entity that has a global network where we can basically click in. Because designing these airplanes is the hard part. Building them will be much less stressful. It'll be more akin to high-end automotive rather than traditional aerospace manufacturing.
Vertical Aerospace Chairman Donal Slattery joining me here in studio. Donal, thanks again.
Thank you.